Any empaths out there? Raise your hand. Yeah, I'm raising my hand too. And if you're an empath, you already know what that is, but not everybody knows. And so I'll quickly cover it. The word empath comes from the word empathy. So basically, an empath is just somebody with an extreme ability to empathize. So when an empath is with someone, they can start feeling that person's emotions as if they were their own. And they may never even realize this is happening. Like you could be sitting next to somebody with a headache and you start feeling like you're getting this headache. But when you get up and leave, that headache goes away, but you still think it was your headache. You don't actually realize you were picking it up from the person next to you. Now imagine being an empath and being in a big crowd at a political rally or a rock concert. And you're surrounded by all of these people feeling these really strong emotions. And it can be very overwhelming. Unless empaths learn to manage their empathy, they can find themselves withdrawing into solitude or nature, environments that aren't so stimulating. Animals in nature can be really, really healing for empaths. But we don't want empaths to disappear into the woods forever. We want them to be out in the world, running organizations and helping people and making a difference. In order to do that, empaths need to learn to take in information, but keep out what's not theirs. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman, and I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And in this video, I want to talk about empaths and relationships, because empaths have a challenge. They tend to attract users. But if you know these two things, you will not have to worry. Keep watching to discover the two skills that empaths must have to have a happy, healthy relationship. Now, before I explain the first skill, I want to back up a moment and talk about why empaths pick up people's energy to such an unusual extent. Now, there are a lot of woo-woo explanations out there, but I think the truth is probably more prosaic. It's likely that empaths have more mirror neurons than most people. So mirror neurons are brain cells that enable us to mimic other people. So when we watch somebody start to cry, we feel like we're going to cry too. And when the person we're with leans forward, then we tend to lean forward. And that's actually our mirror neurons firing. So if you couple that with emotional intelligence, which is that ability to pick up on subtle signs about how other people are feeling, then what you get is an empath. It's somebody who knows instinctively how other people are feeling and absorbs those emotions inside themselves. Empaths have very porous personal boundaries, so they tend to soak in other people's energy. And so their relationships can be really challenging. If they haven't chosen a partner who is calm and steady, then they can find themselves becoming more emotionally volatile or overwhelmed. Like their guy comes home feeling stressed or angry, and now they feel stressed. It's like they can't block out his moods. And what makes things worse is that the empath doesn't always know that it's his stress she's picking up, because she just feels stressed and she feels like it's her feeling. So that is why the most important skill you need to develop as an empath is the ability to distinguish between your feelings and someone else's feelings masquerading as your own. And here's how to do it. So this exercise comes from a wonderful mentor of mine. She had us sit quietly and get centered and then say out loud, my name is, and then whatever your name is. So try it yourself. My name is, and your name. Where do you feel the truth of that in your body? You might want to say it a few times and feel where it resonates inside you. Okay, now I want you to say, my name is Bob. Where do you feel that in your body? Do you feel it somewhere else? And can you tell the difference? Your body knows whether something is true for you or not. It's like a tuning fork, and it's actually much more perceptive than the mind. So the next time you feel this strange emotion come out of nowhere, Ask yourself whether it's yours or not. Say, for example, I feel sad, and then see where it resonates in your body. Is it your sadness you're feeling? Or is that sadness not true for you? Because if it's not true for you, then chances are it's actually somebody else's feelings that you're picking up. The second big challenge empaths have in relationships is the desire for harmony. Empaths really don't like conflict, and they take arguments incredibly personally. Those negative emotions can feel like poison, and it can take days to recover from a fight. But all relationships involve two people bumping up against each other from time to time. The only way to avoid conflict completely is to be a doormat. And that's the last thing an empath needs to be. So the empath needs to learn to prioritize her personal boundaries above her desire for harmony. And that means she says no on a regular basis, even if it disappoints her guy. Now, in fact, one of the all-time best ways to flesh out a narcissist is to tell him no and see how he reacts. Good guys respect a woman's right to say no, but narcissists don't. Also, pay attention to how you feel when you assert a boundary. So if you have practiced your ability to distinguish between your feelings and his, then you'll notice that your boundary feels really good inside you, like it feels true for you. But you'll also notice maybe feeling some anger or frustration that does not belong to you. And those are his feelings, and they're really none of your business. You're not responsible for anyone else's feelings. You are responsible for listening inside to find out what's true for you and then acting on that truth, even if it stirs up uncomfortable emotions in other people. Because the alternative is to betray yourself, and no relationship is worth that. I used to feel like I would get destroyed or crushed if I dared to make a stand with my partner. And now I surround myself with strong women who feel no guilt about setting boundaries and saying no. These women inspire me because it's so reassuring every time I see them assert a boundary and nothing bad happens to them. So, what is your biggest challenge as an empath? And would you like me to make more videos on this topic? If so, give me a thumbs up and let me know what you want. Take really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.